Well, let's talk about it, y'all. We got to definitely talk about the guy, Yellow Beezy, a young rapper out of Dallas who has been charged with the murder of Mo3, another young rapper out of Dallas. They out of Texas, and the rap world in Texas is on the rise. The youngsters taking it over. They doing good. They're making a lot of room for themselves and putting their names out there. You know, we grew up on Bun B, we grew up on UGK, and they were super underground. And over the years, they became larger and bigger. So it's not necessarily an underground rap scene so much because a lot of the people get online and their followers go up. So thank y'all for listening, liking, and subscribing, and sharing. We appreciate that. But you know, Yellow Beezy being a young artist and now putting himself in such a precarious situation where he got to actually go to the federal prison under a murder for hire is really outrageous because, you know, this let's just say, and the truth is that murder happened 5 years ago, and the guys that was involved in it both were convicted on it. So now you look back, and I guess the guy got in second thoughts or whatever on the no snitch clause, or he's lying. You know, and it's kind of like you got to figure out which direction that is because who would know? You know what I'm saying? Either he's lying or he's telling the truth about the fact that there was a murder and he was involved in it. And obviously, that Yellow Beezy was involved in it. But we know that the murder happened because he got convicted and locked up. And they got life sentences. So it's like, you know, obviously you're going to have a little time to think to yourself. And it's like you sobered up now. You like, hey, I don't like how this turned out. Let's go and talk to the prosecutor and see if we can crack a deal. And that puts this guy, Yella Beezy, in a precarious situation because him being one of the large artists of that city and of that time frame, you know, obviously knowing Mo3 and having a beef with Mo3, that puts him in a precarious situation because now it's like, did this come from you? Did the guy receive money from you? And the internet is really deep. You know, they got trap lore out there overseas. They got a lot of the younger artists that's out there, and they basically look up the internet, look up photos, look up Instagram posts, and they showcase how these guys are telling on themselves with their posts. You know, they are alerting the world to their next steps by what they posting. And so now you got a guy who's out there posting that he's going to do something or he got a beef with somebody, and they just let it sit there on their website or on their channel or their Instagrams. And then when time passed, that particular person got a problem because these guys are researching, they going back far, and they finding out, oh, he posted this, he put this photo up on his IG, and did it out, and did it out. And so now these guys are being like internet detectives. But what happens is the real detectives are watching their YouTube channels. And then if they could connect you to that particular crime, even if you wasn't involved in it, but maybe you was outside that night when something happened, or maybe you stay close by it, or maybe you got a beef with a person that was connected to it, the original situation, and now they connecting you to it, and now all of a sudden you're about to go down. So it's really no win. It's no. You think Yellow Beezy don't have a comfortable house or comfortable location to stay, and he was thinking that whatever was going to happen, it was over with. And 5 years then went by. Them guys been convicted. Nobody said nothing all this time, and now all of a sudden they run into the cops saying, "Yo, I want to talk. We need to talk." And then they saying, I'm just going to basically tell on the guy who I was involved with. We don't know if it's the truth. That's what the whole court situation got to unveil. But for now, you got to sit in prison. Little Yellow Beezy got to sit in prison until they figure it out. And I'm sure that's not going to be cool. You know what I mean? He want to be at home. He's rich. You know, you see him with the earrings, with the necklaces, with the diamond teeth. It's like, who want to be sitting in the house? Who want to be sitting in jail? Like, you want to be sitting in the house or traveling or doing something. But that's, again, a message to the youngsters that's trying to get in the rap game. Those beefs and stuff like that, it's like too big in rap now. When we was young, the beefs was beefs, all right? This guy didn't like this guy, and they would put music out. Not all the time, but, you know, once or twice you would hear the beefs, if it even got to you, because it was an underground kind of thing. When people beefed, that was underground. That wasn't really like at the large part where you could see it on the news and now the Channel 5 and all these stations is talking about the beef. It wasn't like that. If these two crews didn't like each other, nobody heard about it. It was underground, and then you heard about it through the hip hop underground conversation. And then it's like, oh, now when the beef comes, it's like, oh, or the beef records come, now it's like, oh shit, I could pay attention to it because I kind of heard through the grapevine what was going on. But now you got these guys beefing with each other, and the internet is going crazy, researching it, putting it out there to the world, and that's putting those guys in a horrible situation with the cops because they basically can't wait to go lock somebody up. That's the police idea. That's the whole police job, is to find crimes and put your ass in jail for them. So even talking about your crime or mentioning what you did or putting it in a rap or saying that you beefing with this guy, you basically incriminating yourself. You know, what I mean, taking pictures with with people who you don't like no more, or putting it out there that y'all don't like each other no more. It's just too much happening in the game, and too many people are paying attention. So now it's just not regular people from your hood or your city or in the hip hop world. It's the whole world. It's people who don't even care so much about rap, but they might be caring so much about the beefs or what's going on, who beefing with who. So it's like that now. It's too global. You know what I'm saying? So now you got people who might even be calling the police or calling the police, the FBI, saying, "Hey, why y'all haven't arrested this guy yet?" It's obvious he's been a part of this, da da da. And now you sitting back like, who are these people calling trying to get me locked up? What the hell y'all doing? I ain't got nothing to do with that. Or even if you did, you like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening? The internet is imploding. It's basically making the world tell on you instead of you being told on by the people who don't like you or the people who involved with you. It's like the whole world is watching. So that makes it scary to me. It's like, man, you can't even sneak. You can't even play with this game. You put yourself out there beefing with somebody, you put yourself out there having a problem, anything happen to that person years down the line, they're still coming to find you. They're still coming to find you. And the guy, all he had to do was say, he paid me. Now, how can he prove through transactions? Or how can he prove that the money came from him if he gave him cash? Is it, if they did make a phone call with each other, is that phone call recorded to where he can say, yo, I'm coming to pick the money up for said this situation? Or is it going to be circumstantial? Or is it just going to be they just want to put a bad name on this rap guy, Yella Beezy name, send him in prison, in jail. Now he got to fight this case, and then he come out 2 or 3 years later. He probably beat it, but you done lost all this time dealing with this case in your life. You know, and plus your brand look bad. Now it's like, oh man, he a killer. He might have killed somebody. So people not booking you as much. It's like they basically ruined your career from a childhood beef that you had with somebody who you grew up with. Maybe they was friends at one point and stopped being friends for whatever reason, and now all of a sudden him and Mo3, and all of a sudden it's this beef that go out, and now maybe somebody did a murder on your behalf, and it really wasn't something that they told you about, or they was gonna do it, and then you like, what the hell just happened? Oh wow, I can't believe that. But they didn't even say they did it for you. But now today they saying, yeah, I did that for him because he was my blah blah blah. And you like, huh? But I didn't know that. You didn't tell me nothing like that. But I don't think the police gonna be friendly with you. And that's the same reason why he in jail right now. It's like implicating you with a grand jury selection and a grand jury meetup, and they basically say, yeah, let's indict him. It's gonna be hard to beat that. You got to have great lawyers. You got to have a lot of money going into that, and you better have a dope alibi or basically no evidence showing that you had communications with those guys to direct them to go do it. They call it remuneration, which means you'll be getting paid after you do this crime. Or here go a little money up front, and then when you do it, you get the rest. So it's like that kind of stuff. He has to hopefully show, Yella Beezy got to hopefully show that there's no evidence to nothing like that. That this is just all circumstantial, all somebody just talking. He's scared, he in jail, he want to put somebody else and implicate somebody else, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. Otherwise, he gonna be sitting in prison just like Big U, and there's probably more to come in the rap game because it looked like they targeting that this time around. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know if y'all know anything about that, or if y'all care about it, if you heard about this story, you know what I'm saying, and if you actually think that he gonna go down for it. Yella Beezy, is he going down for a murder for hire? What's going on with that, man? Let me know what y'all think, and I appreciate the conversation. Like and subscribe.